Perfectionism is a trap. It stops you from doing what you want to do, completing tasks, and just making you downright lazy. That's what it was doing for me. And I want to talk to you about how I stopped that. You see, I was so worried about aesthetics that I did not complete what I wanted to get done. I didn't set things up because I felt like my entire apartment had to be beautiful. It had to be perfect. It had to have the right lighting in every room. I had to walk through every room in order to do this vlog style thing that I saw other people doing. Well, as it turned out, to get across what I wanted to get across, all I needed were a few things. A corner of my room, as you see me sitting in, a simple chair. I've got one right here next to me. I've got a wall behind me, and I got a little ambiance. That was enough. That's all I needed. And once I realized that my idea of perfectionism caused me to compare myself to what I was looking at, and therefore I never got to where I wanted to be. Now, another thing that perfectionism really caused was it stopped my motivation. And when motivation finally showed up, well, I would overwork. I would work for hours and hours and hours until I was just completely drained and didn't want to do anything the next day or the next cycle that had to be done because I was just worn out. These bursts of activity, they really caused me to have long gaps of silences because I just didn't want to feel exhausted again, and therefore I became inconsistent. And it isn't because I lacked discipline, it's because perfectionism really isn't a good place to pace yourself. So I had to come up with a system so that I would do small chunks and then stack them. So instead of trying to do everything at one time, one day I would script a video. One day I would look at my setup and the lighting. Maybe another time I would complete the scripts and whatever descriptions I needed for once I uploaded, and things of this nature. Once I broke down the stages of what I was doing, I was then able to stop that process of getting overwhelmed, put it in small chunks, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, and then maybe the end of the day doing another 2 hours, so that I kept moving, I kept momentum. My perfectionism also created discomfort. It was a discomfort of being overwhelmed, knowing there was so much work to do, and then I just didn't do anything. And then when I would look at the work that I did do, I would see it and it was like, oh, this is just so cringy. My voice, I didn't like my voice. I didn't like what I was wearing. I might have seen a spot on my outfit or maybe something in my teeth. Please don't look at my teeth, y'all. They're a mess. But it was these things that would then keep me from progressing further for what I need to do. So in order to keep that from happening, right when I sat down after I set up my studio space where I'm going to record, got the lighting right, I would turn all the lighting off, sit down here, and put my makeup on. Now over here to the side is all my makeup. I put that on, I put my jewelry on, I did my hair. Excuse me. And then I was like, okay, I'm ready. I got the lighting together. I've got my prompts together, my script together. My makeup is on, my jewelry is on. I'm ready to film. And then I made sure that I was able to batch film. So there wasn't just this one video I'm going to do. There was going to be 2, maybe 3. And the filming sessions would only be a few minutes. So after I complete this video that you're watching right now, I'll go and I'll change my shirt. Y'all know I love me a turtleneck. I'll put a different color one on, put some different jewelry on, and then I'll sit down and film the next video. And then the next video. Then I have 3 videos that are just ready to be edited, and uploaded, scheduled, and launched. But then that work, those next steps, I can do in stages as well. Now, if anything that I'm talking about sounds familiar to you, that you have these different projects that you wanted to start, but you didn't do them, you didn't start them because they overwhelmed you, the idea of completing them, there was so much work that you ended up exhausting yourself and you either never completed it or didn't continue it to the next day. You find yourself being extremely inconsistent. I want you to put in the comments for me if any of this resonates with you. This is just an example of my perfectionism that has been stopping me from being consistent on my previous channel. And I want you to put in the comments, done over perfect, okay? It's in the description also. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you a e-document that's going to help you with those motivation traps, inconsistency cycles, and unfinished products that you can just print out and keep as a reminder so that you can complete your actions, your goals, your projects. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, keep smiling.